The hedge fund's biggest problem is enthusiasm.
And you just said that on camera. This going viral.
I just want to thank all my new subscribers. Thank you so much for helping me pass 100. If you haven't subscribed, hopefully I can earn it today. Ape Nation, good morning. It is Thursday, June 17th, 2021. It currently right now is about 6:40 in the morning. And I think last night, out of everything that I watched all day yesterday and last night, Charlie from Ziptrader made the best video and talking about AMC and the dark pools. I know that was a huge issue yesterday. I didn't bring it up in last night's video because I wanted to make sure I knew what I was talking about before I came on here and passed along information to the rest of the ape community. So I want to take a deep dive into this video. I want to pull 2 or 3 clips that I thought are massively important to keep in the back of your mind going forward, now that the numbers for the dark pools are starting to come out. So let's jump right into this. Now guys, let me preface this by saying that anything that he's saying right now is strictly based on info that is available to us. There's only so much info that we are allowed to see when it comes to dark pools. So both what I'm going to say and Charlie is going to say is only based on the information we have available to us, unfortunately. But that's the way life is right now. So that's what we have to base our decisions off of. So what exactly is the definition of a dark pool? Well, really, the important thing to know about dark pools, essentially private exchanges that are separate from the public market. So it's trading that goes on between hedge funds and other institutions that are usually done in bulk, so large numbers of shares, and they can buy these massive amounts of these securities, and we never see it, okay? We don't get this information. It's not made available to retail investors or the public market. So this is something shady that the hedge funds and other institutions are doing behind closed doors that are never going to see the light of day unless they make some changes in the SEC, right? So I'm going to let Charlie take it from here and explain to you exactly why this is so important for AMC.
Isn't happening. But why is this relevant with AMC? Well, because the data suggests that there's a lot going on behind the scenes with this stock via dark pools that we just have no way of knowing about. In fact, the data that we do have indicates that 62.7% of AMC trading in recent days is done through dark pools. That's more than half. And when they don't use dark pools and they publicly and correctly disclose what they're doing, for example, increasing their short positions, what happens? Well, retail gets more riled up than ever. They're like, oh my God, they're increasing their short positions. Buy, buy, buy. So clearly right now there's a huge incentive for them not to disclose information of what they're doing because it's just going to make retail traders even more excited. And by utilizing dark pools, they can employ a ton of different strategies here to accelerate psychological warfare and get people to give up on AMC. And with some data congregators suggesting that dark pool short positions are 426 million shares deep, it raises the question of how can there be 426 million shares short in the dark pool when the publicly available information in terms of short interest shows that it's only 10%. While there's only 510 million shares outstanding for AMC in the first place. How is it that 426 million shares are deep without some synthetic naked short sellers?
Okay, so just pausing it here for a second, he makes an excellent point. So according to this dark pool data, right now there's 426, almost 427 million short positions taken out, excuse me, on AMC. Now, we know the total float is just over 500 million and that retail investors probably own 90% of it, if I had to take a guess. So where are all these positions coming from, these short positions? How is that possible? You're talking about 90% of the free float. Well, there's only 2 ways. It's either they're naked shorting or they're misrepresenting the numbers, right? Both of which are illegal. So either way you slice it here, what is going on behind closed doors that we don't see just by going off this number that we can see, 427 million shorted positions, That says all you need to know right there about this stock right now, this play of the short squeeze on AMC. When they do have to buy back these positions, whenever that day comes, it is going to be hell on earth for them. So, gang, Charlie goes on and talks about how the hedge funds on the market that we can see can ride this wave that we're bumping in between $40 and $60 and make money going up and coming back down. They can make a killing while manipulating the stock price in the background behind closed doors in these dark pools. So you're not actually seeing the reality of what's going on with the stock because they're making these huge moves beyond the eyes of the public retail investor. All right, now the next point he makes is pretty important, I think, and it's about the hedgies not being able to outlast us because of the interest they're paying. Here we go.
So I mean, very, very interesting push-pull here. But keep in mind, while hedge funds do have some time to kill enthusiasm and make this stagnate if they need it to, the fact of the matter is that they don't have forever. And the more that retail traders show up, the more risky this becomes for short sellers, and the more short sellers are going to have to be forced to close their short positions at a loss. And in terms of what I think about AMC, hey, we haven't seen something like this before to this large of an extent. There's so much money really on both sides here, and nobody really knows what's going to happen. So what I would say is don't let anybody on social media influence your opinion on whether to buy, hold, sell, or whatever you want to do with AMC. Think for yourself, because at the end of the day, it's your money, and it's you that's going to make money or lose money based on how this goes.
And Charlie makes an excellent point here, guys. This is ultimately an individual decision for every ape out there. If you believe in the due diligence that everyone's done, you trust the numbers, the math, it's really up to you on when you decide to get out of this thing. I think buying and holding is the way to beat these guys and to change things forever, because when we wipe the slate clean and we clear these guys out, the new market will be a better place for us to invest our money. But Charlie made a point that I didn't play here because I don't want to suck everything out of his video. But he said right now the hedge funds don't have a problem with money. They have an enthusiasm problem. And that is so true, because if, let's say, they kill the stock and drive it down below 40, well, that's going to cause instant FOMO, right? People will start jumping back in who haven't maybe been able to afford up at the $40, $50, $60 range. All those people who missed out on the last chance to make money will jump in and just drive the stock right back to that $40, $50, $60 mark. So they have an enthusiasm problem right now, the hedge funds do. As long as we keep the pressure on, I don't see how we lose this fight. Okay, guys, so currently in pre-market right now, AMC is at 54.36, down about 1.5 percentage points, and GME is down 2% at 218.51. That's all I have for you guys this morning. I hope you guys have a great day. Enjoy the market. I think we might see a little red today, but who knows? But just keep your eye on the price, guys. As long as we buy and hold, they have to cover those positions. And in my opinion, we can't lose. This is Ape Nation. I'm the Massalorian, and I'm out.